Hello everyone, my name is Blake and today I want to be talking about the art of being alone, alright? Because I think so many people don't understand this concept and it's a very foreign idea to others when I think this should be normalized. Alright, so I want to start this by saying that I know having friends is a very healthy and common thing. Trust me, I have friends, okay? Now, am I the closest with my friends? No, they're more peers, but I do have a best friend that I love and I'm very close to and I talk to every single day. Alright, so I know you have to have a balance, okay? But for this video, I will just be talking about people who are not okay being alone. When my best friend went out of town, I was labeled sad and lonely and pathetic because I wanted to sit by myself at lunch and recess and during specials, and whenever we had to group up, I would group by myself. And many people did not understand that concept of genuinely being okay sitting alone, zoned out. Well, not zoned out, but just thinking quietly to yourself, making observations about the world around you, really taking things in and not constantly having to be speaking to another person to be okay in public. Right? And I think that many people don't get this because they're constantly surrounded by people and they're never alone, And when they are alone, they find other groups, you see, and I think that is a problem. I think that you need to be okay sitting by yourself in a quiet room and being able to entertain yourself. I think that is such a valuable skill and a skill to have, because you're not always going to be surrounded by people and one day you are going to be alone. Well, that's really harsh. You're not always going to be surrounded by people who you're going to be okay being around, So I think it's a very great concept to have, that that if you're alone, you're just eating your lunch alone, or you're doing a project alone, or simply you're just by yourself in your bedroom, chilling, no one wants to call, no one wants to hang out, you are okay sitting by yourself. You have something to fill up your time. Personally, for me, that's watching movies, that is drawing, singing, listening to music, reading, writing, coming up with ideas for my YouTube, I have hobbies. I have things that I love doing that don't require other people to be around me with, And yet again, I want to speak on this. It is totally okay to have friends. That is a very healthy thing, and I probably should have more friends, okay? It's probably not the best idea to just rely on one person for all your friendly needs, but yet again, I do also have myself, which is what I'm talking about right now. I'm okay being alone, okay? I actually kind of prefer it sometimes, But yeah, okay? So I'm not calling you out if you have a big friend group and you love hanging out with them and you're always together. Good on you. I just want to speak about how you need to have inside thoughts that entertain you and you're not constantly seeking outside interactions, okay? So yeah, I really don't know how to sum up this idea. I personally believe that being able to sit in a silent room by yourself, you should be able to not get bored. You should not be itching to just talk to someone. Alright, I believe that you should be able to entertain yourself. That is a very basic life skill that a lot of my peers and just people who know me are very confused about when they hear me say that I love being alone. I love it because I have so many things that I love that I constantly think about. If you want to hear my background music, I'm listening to Mitski right now. Bro, one of her songs are always playing in my song. One of her songs are always playing in my head. And right now it's Happy, okay? Oh my gosh, I love Happy. But yeah, I am constantly able to entertain myself because I have hobbies. And I know that people with friends also have hobbies. That's super darn normal. But I'm just saying that there should be a balance, okay? Friends, hobbies, okay? Like hobbies without people involved in them, you know, so that you'll have something to come back to when, you know, your friends or people that you rely on aren't there to rely on. I think if you don't have this balance, it can become unhealthy in a way, I suppose, because really you should not rely on someone too heavily because that could all crumble in 2 seconds, you know, and then what are you gonna do? Then you're gonna be left with this crazy imbalance and you're trying to get this up, but you don't really know how to because you've always relied on this hand, okay? So yeah, that is me doing my little TED talk on, oh my God, on why you should have hobbies and being able to be alone. I don't know if I explained this very well, because in my head, I'm like, you need to be able to be alone, and people need to understand that it is totally normal for others to want to be alone, because that's just a very normal thing to want, you know? To want to be able to just sit in silence, eat your food, you know, look at your surroundings, okay? You know, really take in what you're seeing without constantly having to speak or just have to be in the presence of someone else 24/7, okay? So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for listening to my very unorganized yap. I love you guys so much, and if you need to, oh my God, sorry, my nose started itching. If you need to vent or rant, baby, come to my comment section, okay? If you want, okay? Yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.